Hey! What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, RPG, Red, Purple, Gold. Now, before we hop into this brand new video today, I just wanted to be able to take this time to just get the easy stuff right out of the way. So guys, as I say in every one of my videos, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, like the video, give it that thumbs up. Leave any comments right down there below us in that comment section, because it's definitely the best way to be able to get that dialogue started. And of course, ring that notification bell so that each time I put up a brand new video, you'll be the first to be notified. Well, you guys, I am so excited to be back. It feels like it has been a quick minute, legitimately, since I've made a video where I'm actually here in front of the camera, in the studio, and actually doing another video. But as you guys know from my videos right before I did BergFest, you know, I was practicing a lot for BergFest, so I kind of had cut down on doing the videos, you know, for that week, and then I had the event, and then I just kind of, you know, took the next couple weeks off, not really in any way that I needed to, but I was like, hey, you know what, like, why not just, you know, take a quick little break? I'll be able to upload the videos from the concert or from the show overall, but, you know, with doing these videos, hey, just take a quick little break, get those videos up from the show, and then once those are up and everybody's had a chance to take a look at them, then go back to, you know, our daily type of thing where it's, you know, back to the normal, like we're doing an episode about this, or maybe we're going to be doing a new review or a preview, something like that. So you guys, I'm so excited. I'm so happy to be back. Again, like I said, it feels like it has been a quick mini-oto since I have done one of these, but let's get started. So, today I wanted to be able to talk about, of course, what else? BergFest 2019. Now, this overall video might be in a couple parts, so I might talk about different sections of the overall event and the day, you know, kind of ramping up to it. So, in case, you know, there might be a part 1, part 2, something like that. But I'm here to talk to you guys today about BergFest 2019, sort of in a way, a retrospective. And so let's just start from the very beginning. So last year, I did BergFest 2018, but technically, my channel didn't start until about 3 or 4 weeks after I got done with that event. So right around, you know, the 1st to the 5th or so of September was when I put up my first official video, you know, introducing myself and you know, just saying how excited I was to make the channel. But weirdly enough, because of all of the ramp up and getting ready for the release of the channel here on YouTube, that I didn't really actually get a chance to talk about BergFest 2018. Again, because technically when I did that event the first time last year, I didn't have this channel up to where I could do sort of a retrospective about the overall event as a whole. So that's why we're going to be going over BergFest 2019 in this first video, and then we might be coming back to doing some flashbacks and different things of BergFest 2018 in a future video. So definitely drop a like if you're excited for that. But for BergFest 2019, basically from the very beginning was, we knew it was going to happen. We knew the weekend that it was going to be. The newest part that I needed to be able to figure out from myself as RPG, the artist, was going to be, A, what songs off of my brand new album, Break the Chain, did I want to perform for the event? B, did I want to do any specific songs from my first album, Rooftops and Skylines? And then C, how many songs did I want to do? Because last year, when I was at BergFest 2018, now I don't know, I maybe have talked about this in a video, you know, in the past. I'm not 100% sure, so I'll just repeat this part again. But last year when I did BergFest 2018, that was my first time ever performing live as RPG Red, Purple, Gold, the artist. Now, I have in the past, you know, several years ago, played with different bands where one year I was the drummer, another time I was the lead singer. However, when you're up there with a band, just by experience of now experiencing both being there by myself, doing an entire set of just my music, where I'm the only one up on that stage, and then doing, you know, our extra songs at the end of the night, or just those previous times when I had performed with a band, the feeling is so much different. There is an innate sense of you're already more comfortable up on stage when you know you've got the band there with you, simply because you know that it's not 100% all on your shoulders. Like, you know you have the whole band, which can make it more difficult, but at least when it comes to the nerves of just being up there and all of that, that's one big thing that is definitely a major positive of having the band up there, because you just know, all right, well, at least I'm up here with my guys, I'm up here with my band, and we just need to kill it. So that's definitely a bigger thing. But when you're doing it by yourself, though, on that opposite side of that coin, it does also mean that you don't have anybody else to worry about making sure that they're going to get their part down, or are they going to maybe, you know, have some type of mess up during the performance or during the show overall. So there's give and take, but I think when it comes to just an initial, you're getting up on stage, being there with a band is definitely a little bit easier to kind of, you know, be able to be there with the crowd and get that energy going, because you know you've already got that core group of you up there on stage already. So this year for BergFest 2019, I knew that I really wanted to be able to lengthen the time of my set from what I did last year with BergFest 2018, and really come with something new and improved and better than what I did at last year's event. And last year, where my set when I went up was maybe about 15 to 20 minutes at the longest, this year I decided to up that from, you know, to about 20 minutes at the longest to around 20 to 27 minutes this year for my set. So adding another, you know, close to 8 to 10 minutes, basically 2 or 3 more songs onto the set for BergFest 2019. And that was something that I knew as well was going to be, you know, I mean, that was one of the reasons why I had, in a sense, sort of decided to take a little bit of a break from doing more of the videos, because I was like, no, I've got a bigger set, I've got more songs that I need to be able to sing up on stage and be able to have, you know, because even if you do have the entire album for the most part memorized, unless you're practicing on those songs all the time, when you're singing it live and out loud in front of people, if you don't have that comfortability that you've practiced it enough where you feel like you don't need the music and you could be able to get every word, then you know you're good to go. But knowing that I was able to sing up on stage with my music going in the background as well was a bonus. However, though, I walked up onto that stage fully knowing that I could have done every song that I did for my set without the music and would have gotten all of the words down. But obviously, you know, I was playing to myself while I was singing live at the show. So there was that difference of it, but I knew that I wanted to be able to make this performance longer, and I knew that I wanted to be able to improve on what I did last year. So for this year, I had a really, really good set. I was so excited about the music that I picked. about the songs that I selected for my set. So just to kind of go over those aspects. So I chose to go every song that I did for my appearance this year for BergFest 2019. I decided to go every song that I was going to do for my set. I decided to do all from the brand new Break the Chain album and not, you know, bring in and rehash a song that I did from last year, or in general just a song that was on the Rooftops and Skylines album. Now, next year and in the years to come, if there is a time where I'm not legitimately making albums anymore, I might have to come back and, you know, repeat some songs and do some, you know, different selections from previous albums. But this year, since I did have the Break the Chain album that was released obviously after I did BergFest 2018, because my Break the Chain album was released on February 1st of 2019. So I had an entire another album to be able to get that selection from, and all of those songs of the 13 tracks that I did for the Break the Chain album to be able to choose from when I was working on this set for BergFest 2019. So for this year, for BergFest 2019, my set list that I did was 5 songs, and again, like I said, I was so excited, so happy with the songs that I chose, with how they turned out, because when I got up on stage and did my performance, I know for me as the individual, when I got done off of that stage, after I was done with my whole set, with my entire performance, that I knew for me as the individual, that I walked off that stage knowing that I had done a significantly better job of the overall performance of my energy up on stage, just of my overall presence up on stage. I know that I had done such a better job than I did last year for BergFest 2018. Now, I say that to say this, that in no way do I believe that my performance from BergFest 2018 was bad, because as a first performance, I walked away from that being very proud, being very happy with my performance overall. However, being that it was my first performance, I knew, and regardless of how many performances you do as an artist, you always have the ability to be able to improve your showmanship, your presence up on stage, your overall command of the stage, and just that level of energy that you are giving when you are up in front of people and doing your performance. So when I did my performance this year, I knowingly got done and walked off that stage, like I said, 100%, you know, just guaranteed, and knowing to me as the individual how much better I had done with my performance, with my set at BergFest 2019 that I had done in BergFest 2018. Now, this year as well was also a much improved year, not only from my performance, but BergFest 2019 overall had more performers than we had last year. So last year, when it was just myself, RPG the artist, and then we also had Jesse's brother's band, the Roccos, and of course, you guys know my main man, Supreme Savage, Jesse Berg, one of my best friends. He was obviously doing some performances with me as well at BergFest 2018, and did another performance with me this year at BergFest 2019. But this year we were able to double the amount of artists that we had on stage this year, from only myself and the Roccos to 4 groups. And, you know, it was such an amazing time, because all of our styles and everything was so much different. So you had the first, and the other cool thing about it too was that the first performer was like me in the sense that it was just her. You know, she had original music that she was doing, and you know, it was just such a cool. It was just so cool how good of a job that she had done, but at the same time, her style to my style was 100% different. The type of music that she was singing and she was playing was, you know, 100% the opposite of what my music was. But it was so cool because it really gave the overall event as a whole a much more grander scale to it, because you had all of these different types of music as opposed to the Rockos doing, you know, their 2 or 3 sets of, you know, rock music covers that people will recognize, you know, either stuff from like the 70s, 80s, 90s, you know, to the 2000s, stuff like that, to myself where I'm doing my own music, but it's also hip-hop and R&B, so you've just got 2 completely differing styles. Well, this year, the first artist, when she got up to perform, and her name is Allison Pressinger, she was, I mean, her voice was absolutely gorgeous. And the type of music that she was singing, you know, it was a little bit more, if I had to, you know, quickly off the cuff think of a comparison, I would go maybe a little bit more folksy rock, maybe almost like a Melissa Etheridge style, because she had the one guitar, it was just her. So it was just her beautiful voice, the guitar, and then the song. And that's all that there was. But yet she did such a good job, and even if you really weren't as totally into her type of music that she was singing, you could just kind of like, just sit back and just kind of get entranced and taken away by how beautiful of a singer that she was. And as well, you know, she just kind of performed. Like there wasn't anything else but just an artist up there with a guitar, with a amazing voice, and just singing to the audience, hoping that they are going to, you know, like what she was putting out there. The second group that was there was actually another full band like the Rockos, and you know, they were incredible, but at the same time, more like myself and Allison, they also did original songs as well, and the name of that band was Brando Bogart. And so guys, definitely go take a look on YouTube or on, you know, Instagram or Facebook. Definitely go and search for them as well and take a listen to their music, and come back here, put in the comments below what you think about some of their music, and then it kind of gives you a little bit better idea of overall what, you know, the total day felt like if you would have been there presently at BergFest 2019 for this year. But when Brando Bogart got up, you know, like I said, like myself and Allison, they also did their own songs, and that was really cool. But they were more like the Rockos in the sense of the type of music, like they were more rock, you know, kind of more of that 70s and 80s style of rock where, you know, not butt rock by any means, but just more that type of rock as opposed to more of like a hard rock in the 90s and 2000s. But just such good energy. The lead singer was really funny. He was able to, you know, really kind of connect with the crowd really well. And the difference was that when Allison and Brando Bogart went on, they were going on at earlier times in the day. So when you had them playing, there was a lot of just mingling, and there was just a lot of stuff going on in the event overall. But when I got on, or when the Rockos went on, our sets were later in the night, so you had a little bit more people that were now just focusing in on just watching the music as opposed to, you know, being there at the overall event. So from that side, I was so impressed with the band overall, but I was also, like I said, very impressed with the lead singer and how well he was able to connect with the audience and just really be a part of the crowd and have the crowd be a part of the show. I mean, it just was really, really good. I had my set that went on at 7:45. Like I said, I did about a 2 to 25, 27 minute set. And I mean, it just went insanely well. And again, like I said, I was so excited about my performances, about the songs that I chose. But again, when I walked off that stage, I'm like, yes, like, you know, you just killed that. And that you knowingly walked off that stage knowing you had improved and done a better job in the overall performance than I had done the previous year. Now, when the Rockos got on after me, now they did a shorter set before me, then I went on, and then they went on after I did. And I mean, you know, just as they did last year, you know, everybody in the band for the Rockos just did an incredible job. You know, Shane as the lead singer, who's Jesse's younger brother, is, you know, just, he's such a good singer. He just has such a command of being part of a band. Like, it's just, it's different because of the difference of how I perform when I'm up on stage, and because I'm by myself comparatively to Shane and the Rockos as well, that it, you know, it's definitely different. But Shane and just the band, their professionalism, their just ability up on stage, they're very, very good. And they're more that kind of band that you just would feel like you could just see at some, you know, venue or event or some bar that's just playing on a Friday or Saturday night, simply because they got booked for a gig and that they just have the talent to be able to legitimately go and, you know, and play at regular venues, as opposed to, you know, like myself or somebody else, where yes, we could do those things, but it's just so nice to be able to have an event like BergFest to where I get to have that experience, but where I'm not every week or, you know, all the time trying to be able to figure out when my next show's going to be, something like that. So the Rockos did an amazing job. All of the songs that they sang were so good. You know, it was such an awesome, eclectic mix of music that it was just such a fun overall day for the event, but especially for the music that they picked for just the Rockos set, for their first set, along with their second night set. You know, it just was so much fun, and all the songs were covers, so, you know, even if it was an individual song that maybe, you know, some of the individuals out in the audience might not have recognized it as easily, the majority overall, every song, everybody's like, oh, yeah, yes, I love this song, I recognize this song, you know, and that brings about a whole different feeling when you're out there in the audience, comparatively to myself, where you know that the music is new to them, and so what you're trying to do is give that extra part of the performance, not only to give just a good performance, but hopefully try to bring them in to the song. So difference there as well. But that is going to be where we end this first part one, going over all of the craziness and just fun and amazing experiences from BergFest 2019. So guys, make sure and leave a like if you are excited for part 2, where we'll be talking about all, you know, some other aspects of the overall day, you know, some specific aspects of, you know, my set and some individual songs that I had done, and, you know, just going over a lot of other things. But you guys know where you are right now in this moment. You've got it locked right here on the channel with your boy RPG Red, Purple, Gold. So until I come with that next video,